then after death, that disease, that illness will continue with that person. And all the adhab of the hereafter, of the akhirah, they are due to those illnesses, the akhlaqi illnesses. Allah Ta'ala, for us to be saved from these illnesses, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala gave to the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam a specific ilm, specific knowledge, which was tazkiyah, purification, rectification. This ilm, this knowledge, totally, alhamdulillah, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam brought along with him, and he distributed this, he taught this, and this will continue until Qiyamah. Obviously, and remember, the more a person practices physically in the world, he is accepted, embraced, looked upon nicely, highly. And he even thinks that I'm high, I'm great, I do this amal, I do this deed, I'm of a high status. But he has got severe akhlaqi diseases, severe moral and characteristic diseases that are at the extreme, that despite doing ibadat, worship to the highest level, but he's not cleaning himself inside. And so that's called kibr, takabbur, riya. We need to get rid of this. If we made a mistake against someone small or big or a long one or a broad one, immediately the Prophet ﷺ has told us. Now he tells us the ibadah, that we should do straight away. If you do this, then this will happen. And the other side, what should we do? Is that we should present our excuse or our reason. Say Subhanallah, Subhanallah. Such, your heart will become so cool that if, for example, you hit somebody's car, or you swore at somebody, or said bad to someone, you came home, you said something, you scolded someone, you committed accident, say, sorry, I'm sorry, I was in anger, I made a mistake, I didn't want to say this occurred. Look, I didn't want to consume your wealth, but shaitan, he tricked me and I consumed your wealth. I don't want to fight with you, I don't want to argue with you, I didn't want to say bad to you. Allah's Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, these are the words of the hadith, that when a Muslim brother accepts his error or presents his, he says that please excuse me, that we shouldn't lie against him, we shouldn't be arrogant, stubborn. These are all paths for destruction. You cannot be saved. Hisab will take place. Accounts will take place. In the qabr, soon as the eyes close, these are the things that will be reckoned for. Ibadah to the side, put your salah to the side, they will come. But first will be the reckoning for the akhlaqi actions. Suddenly the adab, the punishments will come in the grave for these things. That you swore to that person, these are big punishments for this. And in our eyes, shaitan has made these things small. What should we should do? We need to present, we should justify ourselves to that person who we accessed against. To our Muslim brother or to another person, whoever it is. When you present yourself and you try to justify yourself correctly, then whichever crime you committed, akhlaqi, there are big sins, punishments for that. Thereafter, that when you say to him, please excuse me, forgive me, then Allah will forgive you. Disease of shirk and kufr is that kibr has come out of your heart. Pride has come out. Kibr doesn't come out, my friends, let me tell you this. It's a very khabis and wretched action that takes a person to destruction in the akhirah. We have to be very careful. And only the sohbat of the complete shaykh can save a person. I'll tell you the truth. Yes. And done wrong to others, if we made a mistake, we will be saved from kibr, from excess. Look at Allah's kamal. Such a big sin. You go and submit yourself, say, look, I'm sorry that I've made a mistake. I am trying to present some justification. It was this reason, it happened for this reason. I didn't mean to do this, but this occurred. Present yourself and in an honest way, and you'll be free from that crime. He'll say, he's come to me. Instead of him appreciating that when you go and say sorry, what do we say? Now let me scrape him to the ground. No, I know you did this. No, get away from it. No, I am not going to see your face. I'm not going to see your face. I don't want to see your face. I won't let you come in front of me. And me and you are finished. No, I'm not going to listen to excuses. That person will take advantage of this. Isn't this our society today? Isn't this our mashara? Brothers don't listen to their sisters, relatives. More anger. But despite the fact the person who's coming, he's pure, he's successful. Foolish person. Now here, what's the situation? Allah's Nabi is saying that if the condition arises where a person is coming to you to seek forgiveness, he accepts his mistake, then there are two scenarios. That if you become stubborn due to your nafs and kibr and pride and haughtiness, then you will be rejected, even though you've got the upper hand. You haven't made the mistake, say Subhanallah. You were the victim maybe. You haven't committed the crime. He committed the crime. And if he submits himself, bows, humbly, shows humility, he purifies himself via sunnah method, he's done tazkiyah, purification, it becomes so light due to the dhikr of Allah, company of the Shaykh, that he didn't feel, he felt that I need to go and ask for forgiveness. Say Subhanallah. So this is the difference between those who do tazkiyah and those who don't. Those who do tazkiyah, they become soft. They say there's nothing wrong here. I'll pick up his shoes, I'll say sorry, used to you and ask for forgiveness, then he is weak. That person is weak, and the person who's the victim, what he should do, he should accept the sorrow and the request from that person. But if we don't accept that, then thousands of diseases tell me inside, oh foolish person, you've got many illnesses within you. Okay, at this moment you've got the upper hand, you are stronger. But don't commit injustice to that person. Don't try to be stubborn and be forceful. If he's come to you and ask for forgiveness, then if you become stubborn now, then you will be the worst of the individuals. The worst. Inside you have kibr and pride, everything's within you, and he's come on a high level, he's accepting his mistake to tell you he's made a mistake and that he will try to atone for it. What you should do is you should accept his forgiveness, accept his regret, accept his remorse. Don't put any condition, and then you will be very elevated, alhamdulillah. The sin he committed, the mistake he's made, Allah Ta'ala will give you more than that, over and above that Allah Ta'ala will give to you. What a beautiful point. And this is the ma'ashara of Islam. If this was to occur in our environment, certainly tell me, would you see any fighting and quarreling anywhere? No. There'll be no. Shaitan will try his work, but within 5 minutes you can clear the air.